All right, so episode 4 of the build. So we're actually taking a little bit of time away from the car because we've been putting a lot of work into it. But good news is we have an enclosed trailer. It's got a nice little bit of room, but needs a good amount of work. Right, Colby?
Touch up.
Yeah, so like right now we're tearing down a bunch of like the panels because a lot of it's just, rotted wood and stuff like that. A lot of moisture got in here because right here, when it would rain, it would get in here and, just mess up all the wood. So we're tearing this thing apart, piece by piece, and getting it ready, so when we hit the track, we have some, a way of getting the cars in and out a lot easier, compared to a regular open trailer. So here's a quick little tiny little tour of the trailer. It's a 2-car trailer. Pretty big. I mean, Miles, so this is actually, it's funny because like this is Miles's old enclosed trailer. So when he used to use it back in the days when he was, racing hardcore, he said he would be able to, fit 2 smaller Hondas in here, no problem, with a toolbox and everything. But I think this thing's about maybe like 30 feet long and some change. So, this is actually Miles's old EK. I'll probably insert a picture in here and show you guys how it used to look like when it was all like one piece and actually running. But it's actually for sale. But, it's pretty cool seeing a little bit of history stuck in this enclosed trailer. But yeah, so you can kind of see we're tearing this trailer apart. This stuff is like from the, the early 90s, I'm guessing. I don't know. This trailer's probably as old as me, for all I know. But yeah, it's got like a little workbench area right over here, tearing some of the stuff apart. Got Colby over here breaking down, the panels and throwing it in a trash can. We might have to actually rent. Huh? The what? Oh, there he is. I'm documenting. You making our rice?
Progress. I'm done. Yeah, we're good. Go eat.
Oh, I'm starving. It's freaking hot. How hot is it? Like 100 degrees?
It's 90.
No, man, it feels hotter.
Not that hot. Yeah, wait till it gets 100, dude.
And what time is it right now? Like 1?
Yeah, I said 1.
Oh. But yeah, this is the enclosed trailer. We might be hitting it hard, I guess. Give him his last hoorah.
Part out.
No, don't part it out. But yeah, that's I'll insert a picture of this car.
Might as well. Recycling anyway.
Oh yeah. he's actually we're both a little hurt. We took a bunch of cast manifolds that he developed like back in the days, and they still needed machining, but since we're kind of cleaning up the the unit we're going to be working out of, we just started tossing a bunch of stuff away, and we took it to the recycling area, and they only gave us like $40, and it was about like 600 pounds worth of raw cast aluminum. So right now he's a little hurt. So am I. But yeah, this is the trailer so far. There's a lot of potential. It's a decent amount of work, but it'll get there. So I'm gonna switch my gears real quick. So I'm back over here at the house. I got some parts that came in for the coolant stuff. So I'm gonna, try to knock out something real quick while I'm switching gears. So I'm over here about to make, merge these 2 heads together. So I'm gonna have a pipe that comes off of here that'll connect to this one and end up like somewhere in this area right here. So that'll be like I don't know, is it the inlet or outlet for the radiator? And then I'm gonna weld the tab that goes onto this pipe right here that'll bolt onto that bolt hole over there. So that'll hold that up. And then I'll weld the 16A bung. Actually, this is the one right here. Onto this, right? And now I have both the inlet and outlet for the radiator. And that'll be one more thing crossed off my list for the V6 swap. So here's like a quick visualization of like what I'm trying to come up with. So I cut this pipe over here, and then it needs to go over that steel pipe right there just slightly, and then merge into this other pipe that I need to cut as well. And then it'll lead out to here, which will put that pipe like in like this general area, and that way it'll allow me to run a line straight over there. So at least that's the plan. All right, so here's some progress so far. I'm aiming it towards that way, and I got this all notched out. This took me a while to do because this is my first time doing something like this. So I'm about to see how it lines up. I think I'm doing good so far. We are getting there. I really like this. So yeah, so this is that steel bung. It's gonna go right here. Plenty of clearance down there. And then this is gonna be, I mean, right now this is a little too long, so I'm gonna cut this straight part a little bit and aim it towards, I guess, this way a little bit, because that's where the radiator is gonna be at. So, getting there. All right, so I drilled the hole. I don't know if you could see it, but you can kind of see it right there. So I drilled the hole for the water to pass through. So it goes from 2 to 1. So now I'm gonna wheel the motor over there by the welder, and I'm gonna tack all this stuff up into place before I fully weld it. Once it's all tacked up, test fit it one more time here and on the actual car. And if it's good, I'm just gonna fully weld it all. And then I'm gonna probably add a filler neck off of here somewhere. Probably like in this area, come up right here. But I don't have the radiator cap for that yet. So once that gets here, I'll add the filler neck. And then I'm waiting for, I think like a 45-degree aluminum piece of pipe to come in. Once that comes in, this will get angled more over here towards the radiator. And that'll be it. So far, so good. It's my first time doing this. Wasn't too bad, but plenty of clearance for the bottom one too. So we're getting there. We are getting there. This is where I'm at so far with the welding. Trying to weld as much as I can while it's on the motor to prevent it from like warping or anything like that. So that's as far as I can get. Very tight in that area. Not coming out too bad. So here's the final, well, not really the final product, but I still have to do a filler neck that comes off of this area. But I got the 16 bung welded on, so I just reused one that I had. And then I welded this 45-degree on. You feel me? I'm gonna test fit it real quick while it's extremely hot still. Yeah, man, this thing is freaking burning my hands. So tight, man. Oh. There it is. There's everything. Get up here. That's it.
This is a true story.
All right, so now I'm over here making a filler neck. So let me see if I could do this with one hand. It's a little tough. So weld this like this. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So it'll go like this, pretty much. It'll sit in that area. I can't do it over here because, like, just in case if I need to get to the wastegate, I want to be able to like take it on and off without having to take off the turbo manifold. So I'm trying to make it, user friendly as possible. So this is what I came up with. It'll go in this area, and then when I fill it up with water, it'll be able to get to both heads, no problem, and it should be a lot easier to bleed as well. So I'm gonna tack this all up real quick, along with the part for the radiator cap, and then do another mock-up, drill a hole where I need to, and then fully weld it off. And then that should be it for the upper coolant housing for the J series. All right, so here's the filler neck. Just finished welding it all. Now I just need to notch this part right here, so that way it can sit up top around this area, and it'll end up like right here. Now I'm drilling the hole for the filler neck with this porting tool. So I already marked what I gotta notch, so it'll pretty much sit like this, like that. So I'll be able to fill up the coolant on the car, no problem. So I'm just gonna slowly trim pieces of the upper coolant housing and this so it could fit right. So I notched the tube for the filler neck. Let's see how it fits. All right, okay, not too bad. It's in the position I want to. Cool, I think I'm pretty content with it. So I'm gonna tack it in place and fully weld this joker. Alrighty, we got ourselves a fully welded upper coolant housing with the filler neck for the J swap. Hopefully it sits in the right area. So yeah, fits up really good. Now I just have to fully weld the pipes fully to the flanges for the head, and then I'll be done. That's just one more thing that's off my list. Switching gears now. So now that the upper coolant housing is all done, so I bolted it inside the car. It's all good. Plenty of clearance. It'll be like a nice area for it to bleed to. Nice, make it nice and easy. So now I just have to do, I don't know, is it the outlet or inlet? I don't know. It's one or the other. So there's, if you look way back over there in that hole back there, see if I can focus on it. There you go, right over there. This pipe is supposed to go inside of there, right? The only thing is it shoves into the factory housing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld this 16AN bung right here, and then this 6AN. This 6AN is actually for the turbo because it's water cooled, so I'm gonna weld that on there. And then I'm gonna weld a tab so that it'll bolt into this bolt hole over here, and that'll be it. I mean, pretty simple, easy to do, and it'll get the job done, no problem. So that's next on the list. So I'm taking a break from the car. Been going pretty hard on it lately. Just trying to get it done on top of, trying to open up a shop. Some of you guys know, some do. I recently started taking the steps to, owning my own company. Miles, who's my mentor, kind of been teaching me everything that's needed, to open up a shop or, head in that direction. So recently we cleaned out two of his storage units to turn into a shop. They're really big. They're like RV storage units. You know, a lot of it was mainly used for storage. So we turned one of them into, I guess, like a miniature shop. So we have a dyno and we have a tool that we just recently purchased. It's a big deal for me only because, like, dude, I'm taking the steps to, you know, owning my own shop. Hopefully one day, you know, we're taking those baby steps, you know, here and there. But I'm actually on the way to pick him up so we can head over there to, you know, work on his car, because we want to get that thing up and running soon, and, you know, clean out the storage, or I guess shop a little bit more to make it easier for us to work on. So stay tuned. Smell like pee-pee. Here we are. All right. So that's kind of like a little surprise. No big deal for most people. It is for me, only because it's a tool that's gonna help us, you know, be a lot more efficient as a shop. You know, we'll be able to whip out R&D projects a lot faster. But first thing that's going on the lift is actually Miles's car. So Miles has a 2012, I think it was, Civic Si, front wheel drive, boosted, of course, because that's all we do. So we're actually gonna yank out the motor out of this one and put a single port motor and keep it like a true 9th gen. So we're gonna put the single port motor in here, brand new turbo kit. We're gonna ditch this mount because I want to make him a hood exit coming out of there, and it's gonna be about, what, 4 inches wide. So gotta get rid of that. It's got a big turbo. I don't know where the turbo is. It's somewhere around here. But yeah, so this is gonna go up on the lift, and we're gonna work on this bad boy to get it ready for H-Day. H-Day is what, up in September 9th, I think it is, or 11th. So we want to get this out there. We want to see him break a record in the 9th gen because it's very obtainable, and with the numbers it ran before, it should be able to run a 9-second pass no problem. Big change is we're gonna actually throw 13-inch slicks. So the time that all the testing we did before was on these 15s and no weight bar. So now we have a 13-inch slick that's gonna go on here. We have a weight plate, I think that's like 240 pounds. So that's gonna help a lot with the 60-foot. And it's gonna go to a whole new motor. And I mean, really not that much more different, so stay tuned. Alrighty, so we're already using the lift, putting it to work. We pulled this behemoth off. How many pounds is that, Miles?
160 on the metal and 75 on the aluminum.
All right, so about what, about 230 pounds worth of.
The bar.
Oh, yep.
Oh, we're not supposed to say that.
All right, we got 200 pounds worth of. No.
Daddy, chill.
We got some weight. There's a lot of weight in the front, but he's been in the middle of doing something else to improve the aerodynamics on this
I'm trying
beast.
to follow after my father's footsteps. See all these cars? That one, you see the front bumper on that? All the body kit on that thing? He did all that body work in Bondo and cardboard and aerodynamics. So I try to follow my dad's footsteps. But after I got to this part, I don't know what to do. Because I remember when he made me sand when I was like young, I quit sanding because I lost patience. Now I realize after all these years, he was trying to teach me how to have patience. So
that's patience.
So if you know how to sand, hit up Josh, because we need somebody to sand this off and make a mold out of it, or clean it up.
But what's the real theory behind this? You know,
Huh?
What's the real theory behind this? What you got cooking up?
we always won the mile-an-hour record since 1993. So it's all about aerodynamics. I mean, if you can't get no more power out of it, you have to try to find a way to get less air from under the car and the front of the car. So you got to make it go around the car. That's, I mean, common sense is just less wind drag, quicker it is.
It's a quick release setup right here. So all we do is there's just two bolts that hold it, and the whole bumper and the two weight plates pull out with this. So like if we're at the track and we need to do like a quick engine change, you know, knock on wood, hopefully we don't. We'll be able to do it a lot faster.
Or yours is a lot better designed because freaking all your intercooler and radiator all bolted onto the bar.
Yeah, you guys seen, I think on the last episode, like everything like on mine. I mean, we learn from each other's cars, but everything like on mine, it comes out as like one piece.
You can
so
slide all that part off that with a bar. You slide all those, everything, your intercooler, your radiator, slide off the bar, and that's it.
And like anybody that's worked on one of these cars, you know, you know it's a pain in the ass to pull the motor out because you got the subframe and the rack. It's attached, you know, with the subframe. So when you need to like work on it and like knock something out pretty quick, it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's not too bad. But we're just making it a lot more efficient for us if we're at the track. All right, the motor's out of the car. So some of you guys might be asking, why are these knuckleheads taking out the motor out of this car? Well, Miles, why are we taking the motor out of the car?
You dropped the valve again. What's that? Third time?
This one 2 times.
That's the same motor on your car, though.
Yeah, so that's a story. So I used to have this motor in my car. It dropped a valve. It like barely kissed the piston. So we slapped a new head on it, and we threw it in this car because he dropped the valve in his really built motor. And so we threw this in there and made some passes. And the reason why it dropped the valve was probably the dumbest, most anti-dramatic way to drop a valve.
How?
It happened on an alignment rack.
No, because our dumbasses keep putting this damn 50-degree, 40-degree freaking cam gear on freaking cartel cams. Nobody ever runs freaking more than 30 degree.
Yeah. So we're gonna put in a single port. Was it Ramey built? Is that Ramey built?
4P.
Yeah. Or 4 piston? Oh, dang. I thought it was Ramey built this whole time.
4P, and our buddy Son S1 set to send it.
Yeah. So
send it. We'll see how much that.
Thanks, son. So we're gonna keep it. Oh, damn. A true 9th gen. So it's gonna have the single port motor, and we're gonna see what it can really do. We're gonna push the single port head to, I don't know, whatever it can make.
Whatever. Yeah.
We got a big enough. Where is the turbo? Is it in the box?
In the trunk.
Oh, it's in the trunk. Here. We got enough turbo for it. Don't worry. So we'll just see how much it'll make. So.
I don't think there's any single port yet that's made more than 800.
No.
Out there.
Yeah, we're trying 1,000.
Yeah, thousands of bucks.
Man. So now I just gotta rip off the transmission, and then we gotta go pick up the motor that's in back at his house. And then get rid of this, put it away. It'll live another day. We'll get it built another day, and keep it moving. That's it, right? All right.